Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. It's your boy BrownYoda, and I just want to say, what the frick happened to yesterday's video, right? Oh gosh, Cloud Players shouted me out, and then people just started coming to the video, and oh my gosh, you guys are so wholesome. And like, yeah, I was on 160 subscribers, and now we're on 191. We're almost at 200. What the frick is happening? Alright, so given how big leaks have gotten within Helldivers 2 within the YouTube space, I think it's very important we talk about this issue, because this could be, well, I mean, to me it's an issue, but again, to some people it can't be an issue because people sometimes can't play the game as much as others, so maybe they keep the hype up with news and leaks, stuff like this. But regardless, let's talk about it. So I found this article on the internet, and it is called "I Want to Know Less About What's Changing in Helldivers 2." When it comes to a live service game like Helldivers 2, patch notes are a big deal. I know this, as does anybody else who's ever gotten stuck into one over the years. It comes with the territory, since these games are constantly adding new content, new enemies, and new weapons. Developers also have to constantly keep things in balance and ensure that things are not only fair but fun. A lot of times, being accountable to a player base means being transparent about what's being added, removed, and changed, for better and for worse. Of course, how much fun a player has isn't actually dependent on how much they know about the nitty-gritty of these tweaks. Mostly, players want to know because of the culture of live service games has grown over time to include an obsession with the meta. Players want to tweak their builds for maximum damage output, maximum mobility, or maximum defense, depending on their playstyle. In my opinion, min-maxing every little thing about my build isn't fun at all, and Helldivers 2 in particular is best played without all of that in mind. I say this because Helldivers 2 intentionally obscures a lot of statistics from players, and the developers leave a lot of things out of patch notes. To be perfectly transparent, I don't even read the patch notes because those things don't concern me. I don't care that there are over 40 hidden stats per weapons, because being able to see every little change to a weapon's effectiveness isn't going to make me like or dislike the gun more. All I need to know is if it's going to work against the enemies I'll be up against. While I think there could be a few more details given to players regarding enemies and weapons, I don't care all that much about what's being buffed or nerfed, beyond having an indication of what new weapons I should try out in my next dive. I like that my favourite weapon might stop making me feel like a bug squashing god out of the blue. It encourages me to expand my horizons and try out different tactics. I don't want to know what environmental effects or enemies are being added either. This isn't a hot take as far as I can tell, because the reason people love Helldivers 2 is that it surprises us constantly. The fact that Arrowhead doesn't tell us when we'll see new enemies or get access to new mechanics means that we get to discover it for ourselves. I mean, let's be honest here, and I do agree with this part of the article myself. Nobody knew exactly when we would get mechs until it was time to fight for them, leading to an incredibly united push from the community, and nobody was expecting flying bugs, but people started spotting them in the wild, and the news spread like wildfire. Now there are rumors of invisible enemies that might be the Illuminate from the first Helldivers game, which we talked about in the last video, which might very well be the case, considering that Arrowhead loves throwing curveballs at us. Not giving us information allows the developers to build mythology within the game, leaving players' imaginations running wild. And this is why, ladies and gentlemen, Helldivers 2 is fun. The thrill of Helldivers 2 lies in its unpredictability. Each dive is a new adventure with the potential for unexpected encounters, keeping me coming back for more. Whether it's being ambushed by more invisible aliens or facing off against previously unknown threats, the element of surprise adds excitement to every playthrough. In a game where the joy comes from discovering the unexpected, I prefer to uncover changes on my own rather than being told in advance. Alright, now with all that being said, I'm gonna make a complete U-turn here and talk about the most recent leaks in the game. So, there's been a new leak for the new mechs coming to Helldivers 2. Now, when the original mechs came out, of course, people speculated or people assumed that another version of that mech would be coming, and they were correct. Now, if we take a look at this video over here, you can see there's a new mech coming, and he looks badass. Or it looks badass? Well, whatever. Regardless, it's big, it's yellow, and it's got 4 freaking autocannons on its arms. Alright, boys? Now, if that doesn't scream intergalactic space freaking Rambo, then I don't know what does. Now, I personally think these motherfrickers look absolutely disgusting, and when I say disgusting, I mean totally badass. And it is one mean looking, democracy spreading freaking machine. Now, according to the sources, this mech is going to be called the Emancipator. So when it does release, like the current mech, I'm presuming this will be called the Emancipator stratagem or something along those lines, and you'll be able to unlock it through the stratagems list in the ship. Alright guys, that's it from me. If you enjoyed the video, please leave a like. If you are new, please do consider subscribing. It helps me out a lot. We're almost at 200 subs, so if you can get there, hopefully by the end of this week, fingers crossed, I'll be jumping up and down with joy. Genuinely, like, on a serious level though, guys, there's like so many people watching this video, and if genuinely each and every one of you just hit the subscribe, just hit it, just give me quick, just quickly hit it, honestly. You'd make my day. Right, anyway, all the weirdness aside, thank you all for watching. Again, if you did enjoy it, please leave a like, and if you are new, do consider subscribing. And that's it from me, guys. Have a good one. Adios.